Hello, 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 and welcome to She Is Still Dope Society. I am Pastor Sharonda Lynn, and I am the plug with life hacks to empower and uplift you. There is something elementally provocative in getting yourself up and getting yourself hustling. God put in you the things that dreams were made of. Have you ever wondered how to hone in on your talents and your passions so that you can shine like the precious element you are? Today, we're not just going to talk about your passion, right? Because let's face it, I will probably say some of the same old things that other people say and you already are familiar with. But we will be talking today about how to make your passion work for you. Not only finding your passion, but how can I really make that thing work for me? Which is important, especially for our entrepreneurs, our small business people that are on the go, people that are dope and trying to get doper and do great things. As a matter of fact, I have a free class coming up that you will love if you're any one of those people. And so be sure to stick around at the end and I'll tell you about it, where you can sign up. And I'm telling you, it's free. It's like a $5,300 class for free. So make sure you stay till the end. If this is your first time, many blessings and hello to you. If this is your 100th time, many blessings and hello to you. If you are catching this on replay, hi, many blessings, replay viewers. Now, let's pause for the cause. Please take a moment to like, share, and follow She Is Still Dope on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm telling you, I am pumped up today. When we talk about our passions, we are not talking about hobbies, skills, talents. We're really not talking about that. We're talking about your passion. You know, those things that get you fired up, that it doesn't cost you anything to do. The Bible says in Colossians 3:22, whatever you do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men. So the Bible is telling us to do it heartily, do it with passion, do it with vibrance, do it like you love doing it, right? That is not to mean that it's in contradiction to the previous scripture in Colossians, that's 3:5, that points towards sin. We are talking about sinless passions and desires that God could actually be placing and should be placing in your heart. The things you absolutely love to do, the things that get you going, the things that you think about when you're doing other stuff that you may not like to do. Author Ken Coleman asks us 3 questions when trying to find our passions. Number 1, who do you want to help most? Number 2, what problem do you want to solve the most? And number 3, what solution do you want to provide the most? These are 3 questions that we are going to hone in on so that we can start to develop and kind of target our passion, right? So if you like this, please share. Remember to share this, and take out a pen and paper if you want to really rehash. And this even goes for people, and I'm looking for my glasses. This even goes for people who may not, who already have their passion. You want to zero in, because I'm telling you, as you go up and shift happens, you might need to clarify or re-clarify what you're passionate about and what's going to work for you in this next season. So number 1, what do I want? Who do I want to help the most? Who do I want to help the most? Get specific, number 1. When you're talking about who you want to help the most, get specific. What group of people do you really want to help? Do you want to help not just youth, but underprivileged youth? You don't just want to talk to CEOs, right? You want to talk to overwhelmed CEOs. You don't just want to talk to marketers who are out there doing their thing, or small business people who are out there doing their thing. You might want to talk to marketers who can't find their, target audience. You might not just want to preach and talk to or do business with or provide services for women. You need to narrow that in and say, what kind of women? Well, women who were abused, women who lived on the street, women who are homeless. You have to be specific. We can't be out here doing wanting to do our passion and not be specific. I think a lot of people have problems being specific. We have to be specific in order for our passions to really shine out. Or you're going to be diluted, right? You're going to be out here trying to speak to everybody, do everything, be all things to all people, and you are really not supposed to do that. You are called to a group of people. We have to figure out who that is. So who do you really want to help the most? Is it the underprivileged youth? You're trying to help them get somewhere. Women, men, people. For instance, I serve glass breaker entrepreneurs, young people who are really gung-ho and pushing, and they know it's going to be hard, but they want to break through the glass anyway. That's who I serve. So you have to kind of hone in on the people that you serve. Number 2, what problem do you most want to solve? So ask yourself your why, right? This is one of your whys. Is there a problem that you want to solve? Provide a solution for those who you wish to help. So when you talk about what problem you want to solve, you already said you want to serve maybe underprivileged youth. So what is that you want to do for them? So you want to help them apply for scholarship so they can attend college debt-free. That's one way of looking at it. You want to serve CEOs who are overwhelmed so that they can make their next best product or get clarity of mind so they could be better servants in their homes. You have to get specific. Ask yourself, why do you want to help these people? Why do I want to help glass breakers? Because glass breakers are looked at the most times. A glass breaker is not a received person. So I want to help them and encourage them to break through the glass, no matter who's looking, no matter what people say, no matter what it is that is their obstacle. They're going to break through. So that's my group of people, and that's my why. Now, I can back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about my why and why I'm there. I am there because I had to be that person. I was that IT person, that IT lady all my life. And that meant that I was in my demographic wasn't represented. My race wasn't represented. I had to go in situations and stand up and be somebody just totally extra, because if I didn't, I would have been crushed. I would have stayed subpar. I would not have been like cream and rose to the top. We have to be specific enough to clearly define our solution. What is your solution? That will also allow you to have clear communication. You'll know exactly who you're talking to, how you need to talk to them, and how you want to formulate your voice to go out and be heard. Because if you don't give them the clear communication that they're looking for, they're not going to hear you either. So you have to, and I'm not talking about, like, say we're talking about underprivileged youth. I'm not talking about you having all the latest slang. I'm not talking about, and I'm not talking about you having all the latest slang. I'm not talking about you looking the part as a youth, because there are 70-year-old people out there leading youth and they are flocking to them. You want to know why they're flocking to them? Because they are clearly defined that they want to talk to this group of people. They have their why they're doing it. And because they know their why, they know how to talk to them. Not talk to what they look like and what they sound like, but talk to them. Oh, you know how you just graduated high school and you're going to college, how that can be totally a frustrating situation, or you're about to graduate college. I know that's a frustrating, you know how when you're trying to fill out, you start talking to them, not about them. You have to formulate your voice. Number 3, what solutions do I most want to provide, right? What solutions? It may not be a problem at all. You might not have a problem. You might have a solution. It can be either or it can commingle. It may be an end result. What end result are you trying to get to? So when you do that, you want to ask yourself, what do you love to create? Is there something that you really love to do? Do you love to speak? Do you love to write? What is it you love to create? What results really move you? Are you happy to see them end up in college? Are you happy to see CEOs with their families and loving life and not getting so overwhelmed they're dying early? What is your result? What is your result? What products or services excite you? What excites you? What excites you? What can you get in on? What makes you excited when you start thinking about the solutions that you can provide to other men, other women, other people, people that you want to help? What are those solutions? If you can answer those 3 things, start looking for patterns and themes in those answers. That's why I wanted to say, get a pen and a pad and write this stuff down. I know this is a little unconventional in the way that I normally do stuff, but get a pen and a paper, write it down. What do you love to create? What results move you? What gets you going? What gets your goose cooking? And what products or services excite you? Okay. So I can talk about me. My solution, outside of that, my solution is making you look good. I love to make people look good. I love to make people in their brands and their personal brand, their business brand. I love to make them look good. That gets me going. So I will sit in my office. At my desk for hours. There was a day last week, I went to sleep at 5:30 in the morning. It was my why. And I don't have a problem with my why. You have to know what your solution is, how you want to formulate that. For example, if you like helping CEOs break from overwhelm and you like speaking, right? So then you can combine those things. You like CEOs breaking from overwhelm. Well, how about you start having seminars at high-end hotels or resorts, right? Talking about overwhelm to help them through, have a family seminar for CEOs and top level leadership, right? So that you can cultivate them. You have to think outside the box. How does your ideal blend in with your problem and your solution? Excuse me. Remember, God says heartily, we got to find our passion. You can't be afraid of your passion. You got to find it. When you are involved in your passion, time will fly by like you didn't even have a whole lot of time. It wasn't like you were grudgingly and drudgingly doing this one moment at a time. That's not it. That's not when you live in your passion. Your time will fly by. When I stayed up till 5:30 in the morning, which I would do again if that's what my project called for. But when I stayed up, I didn't even realize. I kept checking my watch like, okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop. I got so passionate about it. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop. I watched the clock. When you don't like what you're doing and you watch the clock, it's just like, oh my gosh. When is 5 o'clock going to get here? You said that before. Hey, Grace and Peace, Miss Kimberly and Mildred. And hey, Cherie. So, when you're waiting, right? You're waiting for that time to pass by. It takes forever. But when you are in your passion, honey, you keep going and you go and you go. Another way to know that you're working in your passion is that you look forward to doing it before it even begins. My mind is already on tomorrow. Your mind should already be on the next thing, the next day. If you're in your passion, you're running. You're like, ooh. And once I get completed with this, this is going to follow this, and this is going to follow this. I'm telling you, I'm working in my passion. So things are just flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. When you're in your passion, you don't look left or right. Matter of fact, when you're in your passion, you don't have time for petty. I don't even know why I'm going here, but you don't have time for petty. You don't have time for he say, she say. You don't have time to get in people's business. You don't have time for people to be in your business. When you are in your passion, you are so directed. You are heartily running through it. And when you are in your passion, you won't mind making those sacrifices, those 5:30 sacrifices, those staying late for your client sacrifices when you know you're in your passion. But there are some things that you have to do to make this all work for you. How is that passion going to work for you? Let me tell you, finding your passion means absolutely nothing if you don't act on it. We can go through all the quizzes, we can do all the tests, we can identify our personalities, all those little letters and numbers and stuff, they come Myers-Briggs. We can do all of that, but how are you going to use that information to further your ministry, further your calling, further your anointing, further your business, further your corporation, further your family? How are you going to use your passion? Because the Bible says that our gift will make room for us, right? Well, our gift is part of our passion. So how is it going to make room for us if we don't act on it? So the first thing I want to say to you as you're trying to put all of this into work, number one, and the chief thing that you have to do is beat your mind. You have to believe in you. Believe in yourself. And that's easier said than done, because and my cousin talks to me. I have a cousin that talks to me all the time about this little girl on the inside of me. This little girl on the inside of me that tells me that people don't like me, that people are not going to listen to what I have to say, that I am not worthy, that God didn't set me up for this, that I made a tragic mistake. All of those things. That little girl, we gotta put that little girl aside. Say, bye, girl. I'm gonna write a book. This is Bye, Girl. We gotta put that little girl aside, right? And we have to believe in ourselves. That little boy, that little girl, that was what we were back then. That's not who we are now. And that can undermine your passion. Number two, we have to begin to create the right environment, folks. Like you can't just say, I'm going to have my passion, and then you got this great big old heart to do your passion and everything is still cluttered around you. You have not made room for new people, new places, new situations. You have to craft your environment. Craft your environment so that your passion can flourish. For instance, if your passion happens to be crafting and making a lot of money crafting, which if you're crafting, please be sure to get online and teach people. You don't even have to show yourself. You can put the camera on your hands and let them watch you do it. I'm telling you, that's the quickest way to sell your product. They have to see you doing it. So you have to create that environment. But if I'm trying to craft and I don't have a station for crafting and everything's cluttered around me and I'm stepping over paper, I'm stepping over things, I'm stepping over just tripping over stuff. That doesn't help us, right? Number 3, we have to invest our time in ourselves. We have to invest time in ourselves. Woo, come on. How long? And I know it's not for everybody because some people are girly girls and you've been getting your nails done, your pedicures, your manicures since you were a little girl. Honey, that wasn't my testimony. That wasn't my testimony. Now, though, you can't stop me from doing this. You can't stop me from taking care of my legs. My legs is going to carry me to the next place. I got to take care of my feet. Right? I don't care if you have to put that in your mind. Invest time in yourself and not just in the beautification and making you feel good, but invest time, money, and energy expanding and growing and learning who you are. Whatever your passion is, you only are at one level of it. Find a class, find a teacher, find a mentor, find a coach. You need to grow. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that I stopped myself from doing that I had to reinitiate was getting around like-minded people. People that were doing the same thing. I got out of all of my groups on Facebook. I was like, hey, I'm not going to be in those groups. But you know what? When you are in those groups, as irritating as they can be with all their posting and all that kind of stuff, they keep you connected to your passion. They keep you connected to your purpose. You don't have to have 100 of them, but get in 1 or 2 or get around people who are doing what you're doing, whether it's ministry, whether it's a business, whether it is a personal goal, you like empowering yourself. Get in those groups. They keep you connected and around people because let's face it, our family, our friends are not necessarily the greatest people to tap into when we need encouragement. Let's be real. Can we be real about that? Our families don't encourage us. They're too busy looking at who we used to be. And I'm talking from experience. And I'm not saying that that's bad for the family. I'm just saying to you that they may have valid reasons where they're looking at you like you're crazy because they have some valid reasons on my end, right? But if you get around other people, right? Invest in your time. Invest in money, energy, and getting to know and growing the right environment. You'll have the people around you that can push you. Stop waiting for your family and friends to catch up to what you're doing. They ain't going to catch up until they see the manifestation of that you're not like who you used to be. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is gifted enough to not hold you to your past. I'm just going to say that no, not everybody has the grace enough to not hold you to your past. Number 4, focus on saying yes to opportunities. How many times does something come up with when we're passionate? Oh my gosh. And so is asking you to come speak in front of 500, 1,000, 10,000 people. And all of a sudden your passion doesn't seem like you fit it. Your passion doesn't seem like for you. All of a sudden you have this big platform and you're just not prepared and you are so close to saying no. But whoever I'm speaking to right now, you better say yes. Open your mouth up and say yes. Yes, I accept the opportunity. Yes, I accept that you see in me what I don't see in myself. Yes, move toward it. Even when you're afraid. Why? Because when you look for opportunities and when you walk through open doors, blessings are waiting for you. If this is God ordained, if your passion is God ordained and you're following what God has for you, He's going to give you everything you need. The provision, the resources are going to meet you on that other side. Number 5, take responsibility. Woo! Now this, people don't like to take, can y'all tell me why? Can y'all tell, hi, Miss Tasha, can y'all tell me why people don't take responsibility for their actions? I mean, whether it's good or bad, wins or loses, like all these great decisions and not so great decisions. Can we own up on that? Because we're not stuck. We're not a stuck victim. We can be victimized, but we're not a stuck victim. We are an eternal student. And what we have to do is take our situations that we didn't win in and learn from them. What can you do better? That's what I ask myself. What can I do better? How can I grow better? How can I move better? Who can I connect with better? Or who do I need to cut off? Man, I'm the cutoff queen. Y'all pray for me. I've been praying for my circle, but I got scissors. I got scissors and I'll be ready to snip. But I had to back up from the snip and had to say, okay, am I snipping because they don't belong with me? Or am I snipping because I don't like what they said? Can you be real with yourself about some things? You have to take responsibility for where you are in life. You have to take responsibility for failing sometimes, not making the mark. Failure doesn't mean that you are a failure. It means that step it just didn't work. Can we be okay with something not working and not making it feel like the world is crushing down on us? The world's not crushing down on us. God just wants us to build up some muscle so that we can go that next round. So that we can say, okay, my bad. I made a mistake. God forgive me. God, I had a conversation today, and I wasn't even supposed to talk about this, but I had a conversation today about God and how, God just wants your authenticity. He knows you messed up. But he needs to hear that from your mouth, because that then says that you acknowledge that this happened and that you're repenting from it, right? Same deal in the real life. Take responsibility and allow yourself to be molded. To be molded into what you are going to be. I see you as great. I see you as prospered. I see you on platforms. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what you are about to do with what God has given you. All right. So number 6 ties right in. Be willing to make mistakes. You're going to make a mistake. You're not perfect. And God is not going to hate you because you are not perfect. Nobody's going to hate you because you are not perfect. You are going to make mistakes. David and Bathsheba, a mistake, but God still said he was after his own what? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He was after his own heart. So what we want to do is make sure that we acknowledge the mistake. Number 5, take responsibility and fix it. Right? Fix it. Fix it as best we can and keep on stopping. Don't let that mistake be mud. Don't let that mistake be mud where you get stuck in it. You so ashamed that this happened. Listen, can I tell y'all a little bit about shame? Can I tell y'all, if y'all knew who I was? Shame. If you knew where I came from, shame. But I ain't letting that keep me stuck. I'm right here in front of you, and I'm going to help you through your shame. I'm going to help you through your mud. We getting unstuck this year. I don't have time to be stuck and be a sitting target for the enemy. I won't. And I'm going to encourage you not to be. So let me ask you, how are you claiming your passion and going to put it to use? Are you ready? Are you refining some things? Are you moving some stuff out of the way? It ain't going to happen tomorrow. But if you start moving toward it, he says we take one step, God takes 2. So you don't even have to put all the effort. You just got to start moving that way. You just got to start moving into clarity. You just got to start moving into your passion, right? Now, I can't step away without giving you some tech to use when you're talking about your passion, right? It's called Me Vero, right? It's an app, MEV as in Victor, ERO, the Me Vero app. It helps you find and follow your passion. And it is an app for Android and iOS. I always have to give y'all a little bit of tech. So just in case something rings true for you and you need assistance because I'm not here, the other people that are encouraging you and coaching you might not be there. So you might need a little help along the way. So it's called MEVERO, Me Vero app. And that will help you find your passion and follow it. You can also go back up in this video, re-listen to some of the questions that I asked and see if it really, drives a message home for you. Right? And then you can start to pull out your passion. So we're coming to the end of the broadcast, and as promised, for those of you who have stayed till the end, if you are in a business and have been challenged in getting in front of the right clients, you're not sure how to do your content, you're not sure how to create your content, you're not sure how to draw traffic to your brand. Listen, I have a free class that will help you with all of that. It is called Command Your Brand, and this is the workbook that I have for it. You won't get this workbook, but you will get it in a PDF version. But listen, it is packed full of stuff that you can use to be attractive to your clientele, whether it's let me tell you something. If you're in ministry and you're not in a business, this is still something that you can use. We will be going over getting into the mindset of your followers, activating a mind ready to win and creating a dynamic brand. We'll be talking about traffic and getting people to your events, getting people to your seminars and your workshops. Come on, getting people to your ministry events. I'm telling you, it's a great course. So make sure you sign up. It is free. It's starting very soon. It is a 2-week course, and it's not something you have to sit in for hours and hours, but I do give homework. Hello. So go to ask.sharondalynn.com/CYB-beta. I actually posted it in our private chat. So we're going to copy and paste it into the chat so that you can click on the link, sign up for the course, and I will be adding you. Make sure you join the Facebook group. If you sign up for the course, join the Facebook group so that I can add you in. But I'll be adding people in towards the end of the week. So don't get all frustrated if you ain't see your name added yet. As long as you ask to get into the group, you'll be in the group. But that's all I have for today. Please come back and join us next week at 7 p.m. for the plug, Life Hacks with Sharonda Lynn. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Ask Sharonda Lynn. And again, if this has blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe. Take care. Have an amazing week, and remember to smile. Life is so much better when you smile. Mwah! Love you guys. Have an awesome week.